Hello, I hope everybody is well. I was honoured to be offered the position of camp counsellor this year, so thank you very much to everyone for having me. This is my project for you guys. I have split it into two parts. So my plan is to make a Memorydex mini album. However, the mini album could stand as a lone project. So I'm going to show you how to make like the insert, and then on the second video I'll show you how to turn it into a Memorydex mini mail. But if you don't want to turn it into a Memorydex, you can just follow this one and just make a cute little mini album. If you haven't already, it would be great if you could subscribe to the channel, like this video if you are enjoying it, and make sure to check out all of the links in the description box, because I will be linking the host of the camp, the group and all that sort of stuff, so definitely check out the description box for more info. To make the insert for the mini album, you literally need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, scoreboard. You don't even really need the scoreboard. I'm using it because I like to make sure it's centered and everything, but you really don't need to. Then you will need some scissors and some double-sided tape. I think that is literally everything, unless you want to add little notches, in which case you might need a punch, but they're not necessary. So if you are using your scoreboard, we basically want to split this into 4 sections. So you're going to score at 3, 6 and 9. If you are just folding your paper, fold it in half again. Literally that simple. So 3, 6 and 9. Then we're going to turn it round and do the same again. So again, if you were just folding it normally, fold it in half again. But if you're scoring 3, 6 and 9. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold all of those to make sure they're folded nicely. So if you were doing it without the scoreboard, you would literally fold it in half and then you'd fold this in half again. Next you need to make some cuts. So you're basically trying to make a giant M. You're cutting from here up to here, this end up to here, and this end up to here, so that the paper doesn't become detached at any point. Let me cut those because it will be easier to show you once I've cut it. These are the cut lines. So as you can see, the 3 there, 3 squares there, and then 3 squares here. This is basically just making a really long strip which we can fold into a mini album. I first saw this idea by Tilly and Arthur when I used to subscribe to the, what were the kits called? The Like Forever kits, and then I've just manipulated it to make it into a Memorydex album in the next video. So for the basic mini album, we're going to fold this up, then under, up, under, this is down, but you know, down, under, down. So you're just concertina folding it the whole way along. Then when you look at this, you will have the pages of your mini album. So this is the way that it should open. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, and when you look at the pages, you will see the way that they open. So this one, for example, is like a top open. Therefore, if you want to add a pocket, it would need to be a top opening pocket. The next one will be a side opening pocket. The next one will be a top opening pocket. Or you can just completely stick these down and make them just pages, just flat pages. It's entirely up to you. So let me show you how to add one of the pockets. I like to use red line tape for the pockets, but you could definitely stitch them or whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to mark it with a pen so you can see what I mean, but you won't need to do this. So this is just a normal page. This one will be a top opening pocket. So I'm going to open that bit up and just mark that I need adhesive along these 3. Then the next one, this would be a side opening pocket. So I'm just going to mark that I need adhesive on those 3. You won't be able to see it. I think I'm going to leave I might leave the next one as a page, I'm not sure. So it's the same thing though, just marking the sides that you want to be pockets. So I'm going to go ahead, go through all of this. I'll do it on fast forward so you can see what I'm doing and decide how many pockets I want and where I want to place them. So I think I will have this as a top loading pocket. So I'll show you how I'm making the pockets. I was going to put you on fast forward, but then I remembered I hadn't shown you quite how I was doing it. So I think I'm going to do sort of every other one. Here's my plan. So you're literally just adding red line tape along 3 edges. You could probably use wet adhesive if you have a really good one. You could definitely stitch it. A lot of people then cover the pages with patterned paper, so it wouldn't make a huge amount of difference if you were stitching it, it would cover that up. So just on the 3 that I've marked, you don't have to mark them if you've got a great memory, then there's no need, but I just like to mark them. It makes it a bit easier, and it makes it a bit easier for you guys to see as well, see what I'm doing. So peel this up. And then literally just stick this to it. And that's it, you've got your pocket. Now this one that I've stuck down is a top loading pocket. So this is the bit that stayed open. Don't know how well you can see that. There you go. So that will be a top loading pocket. You could definitely use a punch to sort of notify people, I guess, or just as a decoration. You could cut just a V. I might do that because I haven't got my punch next to me at this moment. So whoop, literally just cut a little. Make sure you're only cutting through one side though. Don't go and cut through the whole album. There you go. That's a fun way to add a little tab if you've not got punches. So there's a lot of pages to play with in this. Here's my little pocket. You can add as many pockets as you want. If you want them all to be pockets, go ahead and do that. I'm going to put you on fast forward and add all of my pockets in, and then we are finished with this little mini album. So if you were just going to make this as a mini album, you could go ahead now and cut a cover piece. The spine of this is about 1/2 inch if you want some space to be able to embellish things and add things into the pockets. So I would make sure that your spine can accommodate that. I will leave some sizes in the description box, so I will leave the cover size in the description box. I won't be making one because we make an alternative cover for the Memorydex one. So if you are going to make the Memorydex mini album, this is as far as you need to go. Get to this point, add all the pockets or just pages if that's what you want. If you are going to make them into flat pages, probably self-explanatory, but you're literally just sticking them together. So I mean you could use wet adhesive for this. I've been using the Barely Arts one and I absolutely love it. So that's another alternative if you don't want to use tape. Sometimes using a bit of both is best, is what I find. You're literally just sticking that down flat so that when you turn it, it will just be a plain flat page. There you go. So you can have a plain page, and then maybe I would turn that one into a top loading pocket. You could actually turn these into side loading pockets or top loading pockets. However, these ones would need to be at the top just because of the way they are. You don't want them at the bottom. And that is my insert all finished. So I have got a normal page at the beginning, just a flat one, then a side opening pocket, a top opening pocket, another flat page, top opening, that one is side opening but I haven't cut the slit yet. This one is another flat page, and then the end. So like I said, if that's all you want to make, now you can make your cover, which would basically be just a piece this width. Add your spine, add this. I will leave measurements in the description for you, and then you would just glue this to the back so that the cover would go over. However, if you want to turn this into the Memorydex mini mail, please do head over and join me on the second video where we'll be doing just that. See you shortly. Bye.